Hi, Emily. What's up?
Mika, I'm glad I could finally get hold of you. I left you so many messages. Why haven't you returned my calls? Why didn't you come to Dad's funeral? I told you the time and venue, didn't I?
Oh, my bad. I'm not home right now.
Where are you then?
I'm on vacation with my boyfriend in Hawaii.
Hawaii? How long have you been gone?
About like 10 days or so?
Wait, 10 days ago? That's when I called you about Dad's condition getting worse. How could you go on vacation at a time like this? You haven't even gone to see Dad once while he's been in the hospital. What's the matter with you?
What was I supposed to do? This was the only week my boyfriend was free this month.
Are you kidding me?
I couldn't just cancel on him. He might have dumped me.
Do you expect him to dump you for going to see your dying father?
I don't know, maybe.
Oh, never mind. You missed his funeral, but you at least need to come by the house and pay your respects. I know you're not his biological daughter, but he's still your father.
I really don't want to.
Mika?
But even if I could, once I get back, I'm going with my boyfriend to Miami.
What? Another vacation?
What's the matter? Don't like Miami?
It's not about Miami. Mika, let me ask you something. How do you afford all these trips? You only work part-time, and you're always asking me for money.
Oh, don't worry. That won't be a problem anymore.
What do you mean?
Oh, don't play dumb. But for real, I won't be asking you for money anymore.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Still, you need to come by the house. My husband and I are staying here for the next few weeks, and then our aunt is going to come and look after the house until it gets sold.
Gotcha. I'll stop by once I get back from Miami.
You had better mean that, Mika. Mika, it's Emily again. It's been 2 weeks since you said you'd come to the house, and you haven't come. You promised, Mika.
Oh shoot, sorry. I'm on vacation actually.
Wait, what? You're still not back from Miami?
Nah, I'm not in Miami anymore. I went on another vacation with my boyfriend.
Mika, are you serious? How are you going on all these vacations? Where are you getting the money? And just what exactly does your boyfriend do for a living? I mean, it's not really my business, but is he even working? How does he afford all these trips?
You mean his job?
Yeah, where does he work? I mean, he must have hit his limit on paid time off by now. Even if he's working remotely, how can he keep up with his work if he's constantly jet-setting across the country? You must not have gone to your job in a month.
Are you for real? I figured you'd be smart enough to get it by now. But man, you're just completely oblivious, huh?
Oblivious? Oblivious to what?
Unreal. Gotta go, my boyfriend is calling me. Talk to you later.
Mika, wait! You still need to come by the house. How long are you gonna keep blowing us off?
Hey, Emily, it's Tim. I'm sorry to message you so late. Can you talk?
Hi, Tim. Thanks for coming to my dad's funeral the other day.
Not a problem. I was glad to come. Your dad was a great uncle to me. He helped me out a lot back in the day. I just wish I had more time to spend with him.
Don't worry, Tim. You were a great nephew. I know how much you meant to him.
So, about your dad. I've been debating whether or not I should tell you this, but I think you deserve to know.
What's the matter?
It's about Mika.
Oh no, what did my sister do this time?
Well, I started law school recently, and I see Mika from time to time at the train station on my way to class.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I think she probably lives around the same area, but every time I see her, she's with a different guy.
What? Are you saying,
And with each guy, she seems really close to him. Always holding hands, hugging, kissing, so I'm worried, or I'm kind of worried if she has multiple boyfriends.
You think she's cheating on all of them?
Probably, yeah. And some of them have been quite a bit older than her. Like this guy the other day, he had to be in his 50s, and he was wearing a wedding ring. I'm kind of concerned about her.
I see.
And maybe I'm jumping to conclusions, and if so, I'm sorry, but like I said, I thought you should know.
Thanks for telling me, Tim. I think I'll ask Mika directly about that tomorrow.
Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you out. I haven't passed the bar exam yet, but I do know a thing or two about the law.
Thanks a lot, Tim. I'll let you know if I need to take you up on that. Hey, Mika, do you have a minute?
Oh, Emily! Perfect timing. I was just about to message you.
About what?
When am I getting my share?
Share? Share of what?
The inheritance? What else?
What?
I need money. Fast.
Money?
My boyfriend's wife found out I was sleeping with her husband, and she's suing me.
What? So you really were dating an older married man?
Wait, you knew about that?
Tim said he's seen you at the station and that you're with a different guy every time, and one of them was wearing a wedding ring.
Ah, guess I'm busted.
This isn't funny. I wish I could have known sooner. I could have stopped you. How many men are you dating right now?
Right now? Like 7-ish?
7?
Yeah, I mean, fooling around with married men is like super thrilling.
Oh no, are all the 7 of them married?
Yeah,
Mika, what are you thinking? What were you planning on doing if their wives found out?
yeah, about that. All 7 of their wives found out at right about the same time.
All of them?
One of them hired a private investigator, and the PI found out about the other 6 guys while investigating me. So now they're all going after me together, like they're the Justice League. What a bunch of losers. They're just jealous their husbands liked me more.
Mika, do you have any idea how serious your situation is? Think about it. You're going to have to pay damages to all 7 women.
Yeah, they told me as much.
Have you reached a settlement yet?
Yep, a total of $300,000.
$300,000?
Yeah, some of them added punitive damages because they were pregnant, I guess. So it's a little bit more than I thought it would be.
You certainly seem to be at peace about the whole thing. How are you going to pay that off? You only work part-time and you've been constantly going on vacations for the last month. What exactly is the game plan for you, Mika?
Seriously, Emily, how are you so clueless?
What are you talking about?
I'm going to use my inheritance.
What?
I kinda figured I'd get caught eventually from the start, to be honest. But since I knew Dad's inheritance was coming soon, I thought, hey, might as well enjoy myself.
Is that why you've been so loose with money lately?
Yep. Even after taxes, Dad's estate has got to be worth at least $3 million, right? And since Mom's already dead, that means we get all of that. So half of that's mine, $1.5 million. I'll still be sitting pretty even after I pay off the $300K settlement.
Is that why you've been so loose with money lately?
Bingo! So, when am I getting the money? I need it pretty soon. By tomorrow, if possible.
Mika?
I told them I'd pay the $300K settlement in a lump sum. They knocked off $50K for that.
You're not getting any inheritance, Mika.
Huh? Wait, I'm not?
No, Mika, you're not.
Ah, you really had me going there for a second, Emily. Good one.
I'm not joking.
So, let me know when you make the transfer, okay? Bye.
Mika, listen to me.
Hey, Emily. Any updates on my money? I just called the bank. They said the transfer hadn't come yet.
I tried to tell you, you're not getting any inheritance. Not a single penny.
Wait, I don't believe you. Are you trying to keep all Dad's money for yourself? I'm not gonna let you get away with that.
Mika, wake up. This was your own fault, remember? This was what you chose.
What do you mean?
I talked to our cousin Tim last night. He's going to law school. My dad married your mom after you were born. You're not his biological daughter.
Yeah, and?
And Dad never legally adopted you.
So?
When you were 20, Dad asked you about legally becoming his daughter, and do you remember what you said to him? Nah, sounds like a pain in the ass.
What's that gotta do with my inheritance?
Well, long story short, since Dad never legally adopted you, you don't have any legal right to his inheritance.
No way! No one ever told me that!
Yes, Mika, Dad told you himself. He told you that you won't get any inheritance if he doesn't adopt you, and you still said no.
You're lying. This is all a trick to steal my share of the money.
I'll give you my dad's lawyer phone number. Ask him yourself. Or could you know, Google it. It's pretty common knowledge.
Unreal. So wait, what am I supposed to do about the settlement?
How should I know? This is your problem, not mine.
Can you give me $300K?
You want me to give you $300,000?
You're his only daughter, so you got all of his stuff, right? You're getting $3 million. You can throw me a measly $300K. I have to pay the settlement by the end of this week. I'll give you my bank info, so wire me the money today, okay?
No.
No?
I'm not wasting a single penny of my inheritance to get you out of the mess you got yourself into. You cheated with 7 men at the same time, knowing full well you were gonna get sued. Thinking Dad's money was gonna bail you out? What kind of person does that?
Come on, Emily. We're sisters, right? We may not be blood related, but we've been sisters for 10 years. So please help me out here, okay? Please, you're my only hope.
Not on your life.
Please.
After that, Mika showed up at my house just about every night for a few weeks, banging on the door and begging me for money. Once I contacted the police and got a restraining order, though, she finally left me alone. As for me, once all Dad's affairs were set in order, I transferred to a company on the other side of the country. Thankfully, my husband was already working from home, so he was very understanding about the move. Seems like I'll finally be able to settle down and relax for the first time since Dad passed. I also sold my dad's house, and a new family moved in a few weeks ago. Now, about my sister, she managed to get a loan for the $300K settlement, but the guy she borrowed from was, well, a loan shark. She stiffed him, of course, so she had to change her name and flee the state. I doubt I'll be hearing from her again anytime soon.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
You're getting married, Ruby? Without even getting my permission first? Since when did you become so high and mighty?
What? How do you know about the wedding?
What do you mean now? I got an invitation. Do you really want my attention that much? You really are childish. This isn't going to do anything, you know.
What are you talking about? I don't need any of your attention. There's no way I would send an invitation to you people. I've already cut ties. I don't remember sending an invitation either.
Then what is it? Are you going to say that it was delivered by mistake? That's going a bit too far, even if you are an attention seeker.
My fiance's mother was probably the one who sent it. Even though I told her about a relationship and that I wouldn't send an invitation. She probably thinks we should make up or something. She keeps saying that you're my mother related by blood and won't listen. She probably sent the invitation anyways without telling me. It's not for me, so just throw it away, okay?
Oh, is that so? Fine. To be honest, I was kind of baffled when I received this invitation. I don't consider you an ugly, useless brat my daughter anymore after all. My adorable Kristen's my only daughter now.
Yeah, you told me this before. Me, who took after my father, is a failure. And Kristen, who took after you, is a success, right?
Right. Not only that, but Kristen graduated medical school and is now a doctor at a large hospital. You're nothing compared to her.
Yes, I get it. Thanks to that, we were treated differently by you as well. Kristen would get an omelet for dinner, while I only got canned food. My clothes were all hand-me-downs from our neighbors, while Kristen's were all new. My bedroom was the closet, while Kristen got an actual bedroom that was huge. With school as well, you stopped paying for tuition once I graduated from middle school. So I had to go to a school with financial support and a dormitory, even though you paid for all of Kristen's expenses all the way until she graduated medical school.
Obviously. Why would I invest money on an ugly brat that can't even do anything? We're not going to help you with your marriage in any way, shape, or form. You won't even get a wedding gift from us. When Kristen gets married, though, we'll make sure she gets a grand wedding.
I wasn't expecting you to help from the start. It seems you're as mean as ever. That's why Dad left you.
What? What do you mean by that?
It means exactly what it says. Dad didn't like how you treated us so differently, which is why he left at the same time I entered high school. You keep telling me that I'm a failure, but don't you have a failed marriage yourself?
What? Just who do you think you are talking to? You act all proud, but you're nothing. There's no way I'll come to this shabby wedding of yours. I'm not going to call your children my grandchildren either.
But don't you have a failed marriage yourself? You don't have to come, and you don't have to be their grandmother either. I'll make an excuse to tell my mother-in-law as to why you won't come. Bye.
That's what happened. And to think I went out of my way to contact her. You think she's rude too, right, Kristen?
Ruby's so rude. Maybe she's acting all high and mighty because she's getting married. Not only is she ugly, but she's rude too. I feel so bad for you, Mom.
You're my only daughter, Kristen. That failure is making me feel annoyed.
But is it true that that pig's getting married? It has to be a lie. Even if it is true, the fiancé must be even uglier than her, lol.
I can't believe it. To think that ugly failure would get married before you did.
That's it. I have a good idea. I'll come to that bitch's wedding and make a huge mess.
Oh. What's your plan?
I'm still technically her sister, so I should be able to get in easily, right? I'll come to the wedding and spill wine on her dress or something, or maybe even seduce her fiancé, lol. I'm way hotter than her, so it should be easy. The marriage might even be canceled. I was thinking something like this. What do you think? Sounds fun, right?
Wow, that does sound like a lot of fun. That's my daughter.
My higher-ups at the hospital are absent on the day of the wedding, so it should be fine if I skip work for just half a day, lol. I'll just head over quickly and ruin the wedding.
Oh, while you're at it, why not wear a white dress to the occasion?
Oh, for real? lol? We're going to go that far?
Say something like, I thought it was my wedding, so I came in a white dress. I'll prepare the dress for you. Take a good look at that ugly bitch's face.
All right. Leave it to me, Mom.
Congratulations on your wedding today, Ruby. Have fun.
What? Why are you suddenly so kind?
What do you mean? Can I not congratulate you for your wedding?
You have no right to congratulate me. Are you planning something?
You never really were a lovable daughter. Never mind. I'm not coming to today's wedding, but Kristen will be there for the reception, so say hi. She's going to be a bit late since she had to prepare.
What? This is my first time hearing this. She wasn't supposed to get an invitation either.
She's trying to make up for me not being able to go. Kristen's a kind person. Unlike you. You know how busy she is, right? She's taking time off work just to see you. You should be grateful.
Listen to me. It's rude to barge into a wedding without an invitation. Just what are you two up to?
You'll find out sooner or later. Just leave a seat open for her, okay? I'm sure you'll be surprised.
Is that so? Fine. I'll tell the people at the front. Just asking, but does Kristen know anyone from the wedding?
How should I know? I don't even care who your fiancé is.
Oh, I pity her then.
Mom, what should I do? It wasn't supposed to be like this.
What's wrong? Did you get a good look at her ugly face? She must have been even uglier when we last saw her.
I don't have time for that right now, Mom. It's unbelievable.
What is it?
Ruby's fiancé. It's the son of the hospital director.
What?
The son of the director of the hospital I work at, i.e. the next director of the hospital. Everyone here is a high-ranking member of the hospital staff. I even saw my boss back there.
Isn't that a bad thing?
That's putting it lightly. I know everyone here, so they recognized me immediately. What should I do? I won't be able to go to work from tomorrow. There's no way I'll be able to get off with just a scolding. They already know I skipped work. And if rumor spreads, I won't be able to work as a doctor anymore.
But...
Mom, what should I do? I got out of there as soon as possible, but my boss keeps calling me. What should I do, Mom?
I don't know. This is your mess. I'm not the one who went to the wedding, so it's not my problem. Do something about it on your own.
What? You're the one who told me to come wearing a white dress. You agreed to me barging in on our wedding. I only did what you told me to. It's your fault I got into this mess. Do something about this, Mom!
Shut up. I'm not the one to blame. This was all your idea. This is none of my business.
What? You're so mean. Mom! Don't leave me! Mom?
Missed call. Hey, will you stop ignoring my texts? Answer the phone.
That's quite a lot of text you sent me. I've never seen this many before.
Hey, what's your deal? What were you doing until now?
I went out with some acquaintances. It was fun. Today was an amazing day.
What's amazing about it? It's been a terrible day for me. Kristen won't come out of her room. She won't even answer her phone. I have no idea what to do anymore.
Well, she did just reveal to her colleagues what she's actually like. To think that Kristen would barge into the wedding with a wedding dress. It was worse than I was imagining, so it actually made me laugh.
So is what Kristen said true? You're marrying the hospital director's son?
Yes, he's going to be the director after his father. I'm working at a pharmaceutical company currently. That's how we met.
Why didn't you tell me sooner? If I had known, this wouldn't have happened.
Why did I need to tell you? Didn't we cut ties? Even if I had told you, you probably would have just laughed and said I was lying. But still, you two wanted to ruin it. Anyways, the two of you are garbage for even trying to ruin my wedding in the first place.
Stop messing around. This is all your fault. What are you going to do if Kristen can't get to work anymore? She worked so hard to become a doctor.
Don't ask me. This is her own doing.
Do something about it. Like, say you asked her to do it. Just make it seem like it was no big deal. Tell everyone it was your idea.
Why?
What do you mean, why? For Kristen's sake, of course. You're her sister, right?
What? Since when were we such a loving family? You treated me like a stranger my entire life, and now this? It's pathetic, really. Why should I take the blame for what you and Kristen did? No thanks.
What? Why you? Did you forget everything I did for you as a child? You're so ungrateful.
I don't care if you think I'm ungrateful. I never once felt grateful for you. And it doesn't even matter what I tell them anymore. I already told them everything.
What?
They asked me what that was after Kristen ran from the scene. I explained to them in depth as to what kind of childhood I had to put up with, and the kind of treatment I received from you two. I even made an effort to look especially sad to gain their sympathy.
What?
They just saw Kristen barge in with a wedding dress, so they didn't have trouble believing me. They sympathized with me. Even my mother-in-law, who couldn't understand my relationship with you two, finally understood. She apologized to me while crying for sending you the invitation. She owes me a big debt, so our relationship will probably work out well. I guess it's thanks to you. I'm going off topic. That's the situation, though. Kristen probably won't have a job tomorrow.
This isn't a joke! Take back everything you said! Now! What are you going to do if Kristen loses her job because of you? Take responsibility for this. This is your fault. You understand?
How is this my fault? You're the ones who underestimated me and tried to ruin my wedding.
It's your fault for having a wedding in the first place. It's your fault for not telling us who your fiancé was. You're just an ugly, useless bitch. You ruined our lives.
You sound so dumb right now. I don't see a point in arguing with you anymore. Tell Kristen that the hospital director is furious, will you? There's no way she's keeping her job. I wonder if she'll be able to find another job as a doctor. It's a small world, apparently. Rumor is sure to spread. The daughter you put so much effort in raising and helping become a doctor is now homeless. How does it feel?
What? This is a joke, right?
Since when were we so close as to tell each other jokes? She tried to ruin her boss's wedding. Of course she's going to lose her job. You can't even understand that?
But we didn't know! Please, do something about it. If Kristen loses her job, then there'll be no one to support me.
Oh, you were depending on Kristen's salary, right? But it's not like I work at my husband's hospital. And I try not to bother him when it comes to work, so I can't really do anything. As you already knew, I'm useless after all.
But please, can't you do something? I'll do anything. Help your mother!
My mother? Don't make me laugh. Just like you never saw me as your daughter, I never saw you as my mother. I'm tired, so I'm going to bed. Don't contact me anymore. Have fun with the rest of your failure of a life. Goodbye. Trying to ruin my wedding by barging in with a white wedding dress is basically the same as telling everyone I'm an idiot. Those two are really so stupid. After embarrassing herself in front of her colleagues, Kristen locked herself in the house. She stopped going to work either, and was eventually fired. Kristen, who hadn't known failure until then, was devastated and lost all of her will. My mother, who was no longer able to rely on Kristen's salary, tried to turn to me for support. But she failed since I blocked all her accounts and she doesn't know where I live. They now get by with the money they had saved up. But apparently, the two of them just argue all day. They surely have more important things to do before arguing, but since they're stupid. As for me, both my husband and his family sympathizes with what I had to put up with as a child, and our relationship is good. I'm living a happy life now that no one is constantly insulting me and treating me like garbage. I look forward to what life has to bring me now. I look forward to what life has to bring from now.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Brenda. I passed by your house earlier, but the light was not on yet. Aren't you home yet? It's almost time to get dinner ready, isn't it?
Oh, hello, Mother. I'm so sorry, my business meeting went a little over time. I should get home in a bit.
Huh? A meeting? Again?
I'm really sorry. I am the manager of the section, so...
Oh, is that so? For someone who's only finished high school, you're acting like the big bad businesswoman, huh?
No, I didn't mean it that way.
Must really not be a major company to assign a high school graduate to a managerial position. That's another reason why you became a housewife that can't even cook.
Not to worry, I prepared dinner before I left this morning.
Prepared? This morning? So you're serving my Brad pre-prepared dinner? Not fresh?
Whenever we think we both might be late, I prepare something in the morning or the night before. And when Brad gets back early, he makes dinner.
Brenda, am I hearing you right?
Uh-huh? Did I say something strange?
How could you take care of your husband so half-heartedly?
Half-heartedly?
I've told you this a million times. Although you're working, you must not forget the responsibilities of a housewife.
I think I'm doing a pretty good job.
Making Brad cook dinner does not sound like you're doing a good job. As a wife, you are disqualified in my book.
I really can't help that. We're both working, as you know. And Brad understands the burden of working and doing housework. That's why we share the chores equally. Besides, Brad loves to cook.
Huh? Brad? He never stood in the kitchen when he was living at home.
Well, apparently when he started living alone, he also started cooking and now enjoys it.
Obvious, isn't it? He's just holding back because you're acting like such a busy businesswoman.
I really don't think that's it.
I'm sure that's it. And another thing, when Brad was born, I worked the first 3 years. Did you know that? And even during those 3 years, I was the top sales rep. However, unlike you, I did all the household chores myself. I made dinner every night and even prepared my husband's lunch every morning. But after 3 years, I wanted to focus on motherhood, so I quit my job. Although they insisted that I stay on, they didn't want to lose such a highly competent employee, you know?
Yes, I heard that part from Brad.
If you're going to be this super successful businesswoman, you should be able to handle both work and domestic with equal gusto.
I'm not really trying to be some super successful businesswoman, as he put it.
Well, you sure do act like it.
Huh. Right.
Anyways, I recommend that you use me as your role model going forward. If you can't do that, well, you should just quit your job. Hello, Brenda. So, you finally took my advice.
Hello, Mother. What's this about?
I heard you quit your job.
Huh?
I knew you weren't cut out to be successful businesswoman.
I'm still working.
Oh, really? Then why are you always home during the day? This past month or so, I've seen your car in the driveway. So I figured you had resigned.
The company implemented a work-at-home policy.
Work-at-home policy? Oh, do all of your office work online, huh?
Yes, that's right. About 6 months ago, I got transferred from the sales department to another section. Well, this new section I was in was the first to implement this work-at-home policy, so I'm just following company policy.
Oh, I get it. So this new department is where all the underachievers are collected.
Huh?
The sales department is probably the most important section in any company, am I right? And you got kicked out? Well, that proves that you are an ineffective sales rep.
No, that really was not the reason.
Well, anyways, you finally realized that you were not up to the standards of becoming a successful businesswoman. If you're going to be at home, I urge you to put household chores above all.
Mother?
What is it?
The section I got transferred to is the president's office.
Huh? The president's office?
In my previous position, I was a supervising manager.
Huh? You? The supervising manager?
Upon my transfer, I was promoted to department chief.
Promoted? To department chief? You're not serious. You're a high school grad. You're in your mid-30s and you're a department chief?
You always seem to perceive everything I do according to academic achievement, but I took all the necessary credentials and business qualifications in order to get where I am. And the company rewarded me for my efforts. So, please understand that this new section is not for underachievers, as you put it. Hey, Mom! You came into my office at home, didn't you? My laptop. Where is it?
Relax, what's the rush?
Relax? Are you serious? And how did you get into the house?
Please, where is the evidence that I came into the house?
My colleagues from work saw you on our online video meeting app.
Huh? Online video meeting?
The sound was off, so you probably didn't notice. I was just in a meeting on my desktop PC. I stepped out to get lunch for about 20 minutes. My colleague saw you came into the room and take the laptop from my desk.
Huh?
You probably made an extra key somehow. Am I right? Anyways, please bring that laptop back. It's got important files in it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Didn't I just say there were plenty of witnesses? I need it back right away!
What are you so worked up about? It's just a little old laptop PC. That's why you're so delusional about being such a big bad career woman. In order to break the delusion of grandeur that you seem to possess, I took it upon myself to teach you a lesson. Well, that first step was to take possession of your laptop.
You're the one that's delusional! Please, just give it back! I don't have time for this!
Yes, well, I don't mind giving it back, but not sure if it's of any use now.
Not any use? What do you mean?
I took a hammer to it. The screen and keyboard, well, there is no screen or keyboard.
What the hell did you do?
I had to do it. If I didn't smash it until it was useless, well, I couldn't cure you of your self-important arrogance.
That laptop is not mine! It's company property!
Huh? So it's not yours. It's company property?
That's right!
I can't believe you! You brought the company laptop home with you without permission?
Huh?
If that's the case, well, I cannot take responsibility. It's your fault for bringing the laptop home with you. I'm afraid you're going to have to reimburse the company for the loss.
The laptop was given to me by my company to use at home.
Huh?
Although I work at home, I still have to visit customers. There are staff members that get their work done at our clients' offices. Therefore, the company has distributed these laptops for all employees as part of work at home policy.
Huh?
I hate to say this, but could you please get it through your head that what you did has severe consequences? Luckily, I backed up all the data on the laptop. However, I'm afraid you will have to reimburse the company for destroying the laptop. I believe that model was around $1,500 or so. Please take that into account.
There's no way I can pay for that. Besides, it's your fault. You should have brought home such an important thing.
Please don't act as if you're the victim here.
All I'm saying to do is educate you on your delusional arrogance. You're not cut out to be a businesswoman.
It seems I'm not getting through to you at all. I give up. I'm gonna hand the baton to someone else that will put some sense into you.
Oh yeah? Whom are you gonna hand the baton, may I ask?
Hello, Kim.
Huh? Grandma, she called you?
Yes, that's right.
I didn't realize you were in town.
I had an appointment with a friend, so here I am. I'm staying with Brad and Brenda tonight. Brenda came and picked me up at the airport, and we just arrived home. So, what's all this about a laptop?
Yes, well, you know.
Kim, in recent years, the business scene has changed drastically. Business is done differently than when you were working. These days, both parents having careers has become the norm. Things have changed since we were in the workforce. We're living in the 21st century now. It's a completely different world from the ones we grew up in. If you have no intention of comprehending and accepting these changes, I suggest you keep your mouth shut.
So, you're saying you understand her?
Did you forget that before I retired, I was an executive at a firm? I think I still have the ability and the common sense to accept drastic changes in society and how best to incorporate them into the current business environment.
Not being disrespectful or anything, but I think I'm quite aware of that myself.
Oh, isn't that right?
I was just concerned for her. Her delusions about being some kind of genius businesswoman. I had to educate her on the realities of life. So, you think you were one of those so-called genius businesswomen? Is that what you were when you were working? Yes. Well, maybe not a genius, but I think I was pretty good. Maybe you don't remember, but I used to be one of the top sales rep.
Oh, is that so? As I recall, you never got any sales, and you were regulated to office work. But turns out you weren't even able to handle the phone calls competently. The only thing you were good at was making coffee for everyone and using the copy machine. All other difficult chores you force the younger co-workers. Does not sound like a top sales rep to me, much less a businesswoman. Even when you were working and after you quit, all your meals were just frozen foods, and you just threw into the microwave or just something from the supermarket deli. Even now, you can't make a proper meal from scratch. I'm completely aware of all of that.
But why do you know that?
Do you remember a girl named Catherine? She worked under you back then.
Catherine?
Yes, this Catherine. Well, she's the daughter of one of my best friends.
Huh?
I think it was about a year ago. We were talking about old times and Kathy happened to mention that you and she worked together years ago. She was just a junior staff member back then. Well, while we were talking, she became extremely agitated just recalling those days. Apparently, she had pent up all those memories over the years, and all the animosity toward you flowed out as if a dam had burst.
No, you can't be serious.
I really didn't want to believe it.
Huh?
I hear from Brad you and your husband are still serving frozen foods or cheap ready-made meals.
My husband? And Brad?
I suppose you were trying to hide it, but they knew. They didn't say anything knowing you'd probably be furious. With your obsessive pride and all. In other words, you weren't fooling them one bit.
You're not serious.
If you're going to be proud of your so-called achievements, the least you could have done is to get some sort of qualification like Brenda has done over the years.
How could you?
Well, maybe it's our fault for letting you go on like this for years, but I think you went a little too far with this laptop fiasco, causing such a burden on her company.
But, please, grandmother.
Anyway, I'm headed over there right now. We need to talk about me moving in with you.
Huh? Move in?
My grandmother eventually moved in with my mother-in-law and she kept a close eye on her. My grandmother is kinda cool. She loves high-tech stuff and she always fiddles with her smartphone. Makes pretty good use of it even at her age. On the other hand, my mother-in-law has an inferiority complex towards grandma. Apparently she didn't like that I was turning out to be just like her as I advanced my career. After the line conversation, she headed straight over to my mother-in-law's house and all her harassment toward me came to light, and it was decided that she would live with her son for the foreseeable future. After a month or so, she moved in. I hear she got a part-time job to reimburse me for the damaged laptop. She hasn't worked in a while, so I hear she's having a hell of a time. And on top of that, when she gets home, she has to deal with my super grandma.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.